Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on War for Cybertron Trilogy, Earthrise Airwave. Now this guy, just like Ironworks, is a modulator, and well, pretty much modulators are weaponizers, but they're the Micromaster bases. So yeah. Now, looking at the box for this guy, well, it's the standard Earthrise packaging, only got Airwave here in his vehicle mode this time. Well, not vehicle mode, well, alternate mode. There we go. Got his name here. Unfortunately, no Cybertronium because it said we have the Decepticon prefix. Got the different characters here. Got Airwave in all of his modes, because this guy does have quite a lot of modes. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And while looking at the figure, he transforms into an airport. Oh, well, the runway for an airport, at least. I mean, sure. This was the time of the Micromasters, so... And back in G1, this guy didn't even have a robot mode, so this is just a base. So, yeah. But well, looking at this mode, well, we can see the number 32 there. Whether that's a reference to something or not, I'm not sure, although I do doubt it. Got some Decepticon insignias right there, which is pretty cool. Got some treads on the side, so this is actually mobile. Got some guns here. So, I guess if this thing's under attack, he can just shoot. Although, there is an actual battle station mode. And while I'm not seeing any battle damage like ports on this mode, we can still compensate using some of these ports. There we go. So you can still have a bit of fun there. The back, not really much to say. It's very square. Got the control tower, which is actually a bit of a gun, which we'll see in the other modes. The underneath, which is quite hollow, although we do see the wheels with the treads. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this mode. And well, a comparison with Ironworks. So yeah, and my voice is cracked, damn it. Personally, I kind of prefer Airwave's alternate mode here. I don't know, I just think it looks a bit more cohesive than Airwave Ironworks here. Sorry, it's just my room is really warm, so my brain's getting a bit fried. But well, that's pretty much it for this mode. Let's get into the secondary airport mode, I guess. So we'll just start by moving the guns and pulling this off. Let's remove this arm here. And this is sort of tricky. You want to try and remove this section here without pulling it off the mushroom joint. And trust me, doing that is easier than actually pulling it off the actual bit. These bits also come off, but that's for another mode. There. There. Seriously, this thing comes off more than it actually goes back in sometimes. We just get this orientated something like this. Take the arms and just get them plugged into here. So I guess the little supports. Then these bits just plug into here. And then the guns, from what I remember, just go into the side here. And well, here we have the secondary airport mode, I'll call it. In fact, I actually did that wrong. That gun stays in here, but this gun goes in here, and this actually goes on here, extending the control tower. Yes, I looked at the instructions. Just because I don't use this mode that often. So, yeah. But, well, looking at this mode, I mean, it's pretty much just the other runway mode, but with some of the parts moved around. I mean, it's got the RAM connectors now, so if you want to attach on ironworks, then you can. Or if you want to attach on one of the Ramp Battle Masters. So if you want to have this going on, then you can. So yeah, you can start. You could start your own Micromaster city. But yeah, bits just pop off quite easily. I swear, these bits just, like, it's easy to put these bits on the wrong way, and they pop off if you look at them funny. So, to get this guy into the battle station modes, I'm gonna have to look at the instructions again, because, well, seeing how this guy has lots of parts that come off, it can get a bit confusing for me. And a bit just fell off the table. So, take these bits, just plug them into here. Swing these bits down. Take this section. Just plug that in. And now you can pop this off. And, well, when I actually want it to happen, that's when it doesn't do it. There we go, but now you just pop that section off. Can just take this section here, and if I can actually make use of the instructions, seeing how they always well, the instructions often get confusing. That's what I'm trying to say. But you plug that into there, then you plug this section onto here. If I can get it on. There we go. Take this section, move that down. I'm gonna get this section and just plug that in. I just like to leave it there. Take this section, just plug that in. Take the guns and just slot them in here. And here we have Airwave in his battle station mode. So yeah, one awkward transformation because I had to look at the instructions later. I'd say it's sort of accurate to the G1 figure because, well, the Airwave the Micromaster could go in here on the original figure. Now, of course, on this release, you can plug in some blast effects, whether it's, I guess, blue shots of Energon or the ones that I had to use for, like, God knows how long. If these will actually go in. But yeah. Now, whether or not an actual War for Cybertron Micromaster will fit in there, I'm not sure. But I suppose you could put one there to have them arm this. So yeah. And well, comparing it with Ironwex's Battle Station mode, which is actually quite tall. At least this doesn't seem to be missing anything, whereas this was missing that big windmill. So yeah. Now, to get this guy into his robot mode, we're of course just going to pull him to pieces. Trying to reattach some of these. I put that on wrong. But let's start with the legs. So take this, just push that in, and you got a leg done. Just do the same with the other leg. And boom! Next, take this section, get these out, and just rotate that around. That wasn't on camera. There you go. Just plug that in. Tilt the camera up so you can get a better view. Plug in this main body section. Get the head up, and he's just got a cute little squat head, which is adorable. Plug in this section, which is going to be his right arm. Plug in the control tower and one of the guns to pretty much just be his hand, so he's just got a gun hand. In this section, I'll get this out first, so he's got an elbow joint. That is going to be his left arm. And of this, the instructions tell you to put this on his shoulder, but, well, I personally think that looks ridiculous, so what I do, I put this in his left hand. There we go. And here we have Airwave in his robot mode. And compared to the other transformations, I think this one's one of the easiest in my opinion. 360, he's pretty much just got 2 Decepticon insignias on his arm. Back's sort of plain, but oh well. It's missing an entire hand. And maybe there's some lore behind it that we don't know about. Looking at the head, as I mentioned, it's quite a squat head. And he does have eyes, but your attention is mainly drawn to that big circle, making him look either like Shockwave or Nitro Zeus with that big mono eye. Well, yeah, he does have like little orange optics if you look hard enough. There actually are some blast effect ports here, so if you want that going, then there you go. And of course, as I showed, you can have him just shooting at Autobots. Now, putting him with Ironworks, these guys seem to have a running theme. They don't have a right hand. Plus, Hasbro wants you to put the gun on their shoulder, of why I just put it in their left hand, because I think it looks better. Now, for this guy's articulation, well, his head can of course swivel, and due to the transformation he can actually look up. This arm can fall off. That's one issue with these types of figures. Due to the way it transforms, the arm can come off due to the way it transforms if you try to move it enough. But it can rotate. It can go outwards. And coupled with this one, of course, we got the T-pose. Got sort of got a swivel, kind of. Locked to like 90 degrees, and mainly this angle though. There's no wrist rotation though. And this guy this hand just doesn't have an actual wrist, but we do have gun rotation. Of course, the waist can rotate. Legs can go forward that far. They can go back that far. Got a knee joint. This can swivel. Of course, we got the splits. And we've got a really good ankle pivot. And I mean really good. So yeah, quite posable. Now, unusually for this kind of transformer, like a weaponized style of figure, nowhere in the instructions does it say how it can combine with another figure. You know, that's the main, like, selling point, right? However, with this guy's redeco, Hot House, and Selects, it actually did give him a combined mode with Tiger Track. So I'm going to replicate that with this guy and someone who shares a mold of Tiger Track, Red Alert. Yeah, it's not the Kingdom version, it's the Siege version, but same thing. So if I just change Red's weapon, so the back peg is available. So if I remember how to do this, it might differ slightly, just thanks to my poor memory. But essentially, the legs just become giant boots. Of course, we took away the head. This plugs into the back. This plugs into here. Just trying to remember how this goes. I think this stays on here. This gun goes on here. Then this goes on as a shoulder launcher. Then this just attaches on as some sort of, I guess, arm weapon. But yeah. Even though this isn't official for Airwave, this is the official weapons loadout for Hot House, who's pretty much the redeco of Airwave. I know it's surreal to have a Decepticon armor up an Autobot, but still, I still think this is pretty cool looking. Yeah, my Siege Red Alert's got loose legs, but the Kingdom version doesn't. I just used the Siege version because, well, Tiger Track, who the Hot House mold instructions tell you to use the Siege mold. But yeah. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So complaints. Well, some bits do pop off quite easily. For example, the mushroom joint on the arm. These bits when you're trying to transform him. Those are my main complaints. Also, the lack of an official weapons loadout for this guy. When Ironworks had one, that's definitely a disappointment. But well, do I recommend this guy? Well, if you're a fan of these types of figures, then sure. I mean, he is fun, but the transformation could be a bit infuriating if you get annoyed by bits popping off all the time. But yeah, if you're not a fan of these types of transformers that parts form all the time, then yeah, definitely not. But well, this has been my review on Earthrise Airwave, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.